Welcome to My Conversation, a presentation of KAIL-TV My Central Valley. So let's get My Conversation started.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of My Conversation on My Central Valley, KAIL. It's your host, Feather Dubai, is back once again. I am excited about our first guest. We got a great show for you today, but our first guest is rather personal to me for several reasons, but we'll get right into that right now. Please put your hands together for our guest, Dr. Chris Shamlian and Adrina Gulian. How you doing from Shamlian Dental Incorporated? Today, our conversation is near and dear to my heart. We're going down the road of dental implants.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now, with
stuff.
me, I need one, so this is going to be very educational and personal. So please tell me, what is a dental implant?
Well, thanks for asking. A dental implant is a wonderful way to replace a missing tooth. What it is a metal post that is placed below your gum line into your bone. And from there, once the body heals around the metal post, we can then replace the missing tooth with a tooth cap or a crown.
Okay, now, why would I need an implant specifically?
Well, the American College of Prosthodontics says that there are about 178 million people in the United States living that are missing one or more teeth.
Yes.
So it's definitely something that is near and dear to many people's hearts, whether it's in the front or in the back. Most importantly, the two major things that people would need a dental implant for is for aesthetics, so that it looks nice,
Right.
but also for function. If we're talking about a missing space, there are also some issues that can cause with the way that your teeth come together, or your bite, or your ability to chew food and really properly digest. So it is really an overall health enhancement to have all of your teeth and to be able to have your mouth working in its top form. And yeah, that's the real important thing about having a dental implant is that, yeah.
Now, I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Okay, now trying to educate myself. Before I go into the process, how do they work? How does the process work?
Well, first we'll talk a little bit about the alternatives to a dental implant. Traditionally, you might be missing the tooth, which we have there.
It looks familiar.
And then you can have a fixed option, which is a dental bridge, which has two anchor teeth on either side with a bridge on there. But let's say you're missing too many teeth and we need to replace that missing tooth. So what do we place next? We place that metal post, which you have here.
Right. And so this is what's called an abutment, and that fills that area there. And you have, let's say that these teeth here are the ones that we did not have to touch because you actually did have the implant placed. So you don't, with an implant, the benefit is the fact that you don't have to touch either tooth on either side of that missing space. We're replacing one tooth only, which is the ideal treatment for replacing a missing space. And then lastly, we place a crown on there, and now you have your full dentition back without touching either tooth on either side. So most people who are missing a single tooth are in situations like that. And so instead of doing a 3-unit bridge that touches both teeth on either side of the missing space, or even a partial or a denture where it comes in and out of the mouth, this is something that's fixed in there, and it works just like your natural tooth.
See, that hit close to home, because that's exactly what I need, right?
Yeah.
I have two teeth on the outside, and there's one that decided to leave the group. It's like he was one of the Jacksons. He wanted to venture out on his own.
Yeah, and the process of placing, the process is pretty straightforward. It's actually, most patients have said that the process of placing an implant is actually a lot easier than it was to actually pull the original tooth. And Dr. Gulian here is going to go through kind of the basics of what that entails.
So once you come into our office and we do a thorough examination, you may need a cleaning before we can, find out whether or not you're a good candidate. But we will, once we decide you do need one, we'll numb you up, make you nice and comfortable. We then we'll make a little incision over your gums, and we slowly place the metal post into your bone. We'll then place some bandage dressings over your gums and allow your body to heal around the metal implant. You'll then come back to our office, so we'll make sure you've been healing normally and properly. We could then place a little cap on top and then take some impressions and build you the tooth. And that tooth is cemented just like a regular crown would be.
Right on top of that metal post.
Implant.
Yeah. So basically it's a 3-part process: placing the implant,
right,
then the little peg or the post that comes up above the gums that attaches itself to the implant, And the last step is that beautiful white crown that you're missing.
And that's screwed in, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
can
Well,
be screwed in, or
or
it can be
cemented.
cemented onto the implant. Correct.
So you know a little bit about it. That's
Yeah.
good.
So I'll pay attention
Yeah,
when you
that's
talk.
good.
I'll pay
I like
attention
that.
till you
That's
talk.
good.
Now, am I a good candidate for?
Yes. So there are a couple things that you need to take into consideration when
Okay.
contemplating placing an implant. One thing is to have a thorough evaluation by a dentist. It could be your dentist, or your dentist could actually refer to a specialist.
Okay.
In our office, we place implants and have been placing them for many years now. A couple of the things that you really want to make sure that they have are a three-dimensional image of the space that they're planning on putting the implant in, like a CT scan. That really is the standard of care when you're talking about placing an implant, because I want to know how wide's the bone, how tall's the bone,
Right.
are there any nerves somewhere down inside that I need to be aware of? And if you're not getting a CT scan, you really need to, because that is what's going to give the dentist everything they need to know about where to place it. And in conjunction with just making sure your gums are healthy, like she was talking about, and going through the process of making sure that the stages of the implant are planned out correctly with photos and models. So
Wow.
a consultation is the great place to start, and it's definitely the first step to do to getting an implant.
I definitely need all of that. Now, I know I can grab your contact, but how can they contact you if they want to get a dental implant?
Well, we are located on the northwest corner of Herndon and West.
Okay.
We're at 7077 Northwest, suite number 107, located in Fresno, California. Just give us a call, and 559-438-4646, and we come right into our office, and we'd be more than happy to take you on as a patient and do an examination and find out if you are eligible or great candidate for an implant.
Yeah, or you can find us online at Shamlian Dental or dentistry24hours.com, or you can just shoot us an email at shamliandental@gmail.com. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. I know I've loved this segment. Please give another round of applause for Dr. Shamlian and Dr. Gulian, somebody I need to get to know. And you guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of my conversation.
This episode of My Conversation is sponsored by Shamlian Dental Inc., offering 24-hour emergency dental care.